Hey everyone, I wanted to take just a few short minutes to talk about something that I think a lot of people struggle with or have questions about. And I just wanted to share my experience with you throughout my 2.5 years of plexusing. So, what do you do when you want to message someone? What do you send them? When I first started off, I think that the way that we did things was kind of using scripts. So I did a lot of copying and pasting, maybe changing a sentence here or there, but it was very scripty. And so when people got those messages, they probably opened them up and just ignored them, or they saw that first line and they were like, she's trying to sell me something. I mean, even now, think about it. When you get messages, because we all do, when you get messages from someone who is trying to sell you something, you can tell when they have just copied and pasted and put it into a message to you. And for me, like I feel, they didn't even really take any effort. They don't care about me personally. They're just working on getting their own sale. And I can say that because I have done that myself. And I feel terrible about it. I never want someone to think that I'm not being genuine or that I am not looking at them as a person, not as, just a group of potentials or group of customers. And so I have really gotten away from using scripts. And I know I get, a lot of people message me and say, okay, what can I send to this person, or what do you send out to potentials? And that's really hard for me because I don't have a set message that I use. Because I have found that people respond so much better when I let my own personality shine through. If I'm using a script, someone's going to read that and be like, well, that doesn't sound like Megan. And so when they open up my message, I want them to be like, it's almost as if she's talking to me. I use my kind of language, how I would talk in regular life in that message, and I've had a much better response. For example, I had a girl who I was following up with monthly. I was sending her a message, crickets. She would never respond to me. And so finally I sent her a message and I took into account what is her color personality, if you aren't familiar in color personalities, go watch the video or go read the book because it's very helpful to help you get in tune with how to speak to your potentials. But I thought, okay, what is her color personality? What can I say to her that's going to be speaking her language, also that's going to sound like me and get her engaged? And so I sent her this fun message. I looked at our Facebook page, so I knew what she'd been posting and what she was interested in because I wanted it to be very personal. I wanted her to feel like she was the only person on my potential list, the only person I was paying attention to. And guess what? She responded and she said, you know what? Maybe now is the right time. And so I think that just goes to show people want to feel that personal connection. They want to feel like they are the only person you want on your team. They are the only person you want on these products. Because the more personal you can make it, the better. So, like I said, I really feel like in the beginning, and this was how I was trained for the most part, and how I trained people in the beginning as well, was to use those scripty kind of messages. But I really want to encourage you to get away from those. Even still, like to read some of those scripts, it gives me an idea of how I should formulate a message to someone, but I don't use them. It gives me ideas. Okay, like I could phrase it like this, or these are the parts of my message that are important. But I don't use them. So really, try and stay away from those. Be you. Study your potential, study their interests, their Facebook page to see what's going on with them, so that when you send them a message, they're going to want to read it and they feel valued, and they feel important. So I hope that helps you with your potentials. And if you have any questions, just let me know.